Hey everyone, today is Saturday, February 8th, 2020. And today I wanted to share with you guys something that I thought was too much to be a coincidence. So it has to do with the um, mostly the first case of the coronavirus when I compare it to the release dates of movies about viruses, especially movies that have to do with a bioweapon or something coming down or sprayed from the sky. So the coronavirus, the first case in China, where it originated, was on December 1st, 2019. The first case in the United States was on January 21st, 2020. And you notice we have a repeating one-to-one connection. Why that is, I don't know, but it's probably for a reason. Because it repeats here again in the 1996 movie called Virus, released on 12/10, the repeating 1-2-1. And the main character was played by Brian Bosworth, who was an ex-Seattle Seahawks player. Um, and the first case of the virus in the United States was in Seattle, Washington. So that's interesting. Um, Now the movie Toxic Skies, Anne Heche stars as a World Health Organization doctor who uncovers the real cause of an epidemic as the government's secret chemtrail program. Well, that was released on 11/12. We have that repeating 1-1 again. Um, and two, the first case of the coronavirus was 11 years and 19 days. 9/11 connection. I always talk about that I look for, especially 9/11 connections or 3-2-2 connections. 1-9 multiple twos. 1-9 multiple ones, 1-3 multiple twos. In the movie, the virus began spreading in Washington, Spokane, Washington. So again, the same state. Um, the movie The Happening in New York's Central Park, people began dying by mass suicide, initially believed to be caused by a bioterrorist attack using an airborne neurotoxin. And the release date from that to the first case of the coronavirus is 10 years, 191 days. And when I have reverse in parentheses, that means if you were to put the 12-1 over here and the 6-10 over here. It's a method that I figured out, and I was able to find several connections by doing this, the reverse method. So keeping the same year but switching the dates. So we have another 9/11 connection to a movie about a bio attack. And guess what? Even though the movie is about being in New York City, it first takes place in Seattle, Washington. Yep, the very first 5 minutes, if you watch. Um, Now, the movie Resident Evil is also about a bioweapon, and if you watch the final chapter, there's actually a quote that says, when the T virus spread across the earth, it did so at the speed of the modern world, carried by jetliners across the globe, implying that it was sprayed on the people. Um, and this has been shown by some other YouTubers, but this is the logo from the Umbrella Corporation in Resident Evil, and this is the logo of a biotech center in Shanghai. Uh, so similarity is almost the same thing, really, same logo. Then Raccoon. Uh, so Raccoon City was in Resident Evil. And if you take the word raccoon and rearrange the letters, you can spell Corona. Although in the movie there was two C's, but really the correct spelling of raccoon it changes to Corona. So that's really interesting. So the release date of Resident Evil to the first case of the coronavirus is 16 years, 110 days. Another 9/11 connection because a 6 is an upside down. It is an upside down 9. Again, you got to look at things forward, backward, upside down. That's why I figured out this reversal method works as well. Now, the final chapter, the last movie, is 3 years and 22 days apart. Again, when you use that reversal method. It was released on 12/23/2016. So a big 322 connection to the first day of the virus. Now in 2018, there was a Netflix series called The Rain. It was a virus that was spread through the rain. Um, and that is 154 days apart when I do the reversal from the first case of the coronavirus. And sometimes you got to look a little deeper, and this 154 is the 232nd octal number. And octal is just the base 8 number system. So we have a base 10, but there's other number systems. And so here's another movie called Con Air. This wasn't about a virus, essentially, but sometimes things are coded, in other ways, so they kind of let you know that. Now, this movie wasn't about a virus, but it was about a plane being hijacked, yet the main villain was Cyrus the virus. And that does connect. It's 191 times 43 equals 8,213 days. Now these maybe these are weaker connections, but they still have some sort of connection. So I want to forward to February 18th because this may be a key date of some large announcement concerning the virus. See, from this scene in iPet Goat 2 when the apple splits, you see the two seeds, the one seed in 8 shape, 218. 2 leaves, 1 stem, 8 shape. We've already saw at the 131 mark the apple splitting, and on January 31st, Apple went down 14.36 points, its largest drop in 5 months, and they had to do with the coronavirus. And so now we see the 218, and it also makes me think of the text alert that we had on our phone at 2:18 p.m. And then now when I look, I find connections with the virus. But first, looking at Apple, from the day Apple was founded to 2/18/2020 using the reverse method is 2,302 weeks. 322 number. Apple's largest drop, it split in half, and one day it dropped 50% when it wasn't worth as much, but it's 232 months and 20 days from 218. Now this is also 911 days from the big total solar eclipse that we had in 2017 over the United States. And so I see that connection with Apple. Now when I look, let's say, for the movie Outbreak, it's 9,111 days. Then the movie 28 Days Later comes to mind because this is actually 218, is actually 28 days after the coronavirus first reached the United States. Now, this also has some personal meaning to me. Something that happened to me about 3 years ago. I never shared this, but if this was still going on, I probably wouldn't even talk about it. But it was something to do with my computer. Someone showing me something on my computer, giving me actually someone that actually hacked my computer and was giving me clues. I'm not kidding. It really freaked me out, and I didn't talk about it with my videos. If this, I don't know, someone still in my computer, probably, maybe, I don't know. It's kind of weird that this happened, but the first incident was in 2017. I was in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and I was connecting to my computer in Michigan, where I live in the United States, because I had someone, a family member, my dad, helping me out with my eBay business because I have to send out packages, and he was helping me with the shipping, and I was remotely connecting my computer so I could print out the labels, and he'll pack them for me. Um, and I noticed, and he also mentioned it too. He's like, "Why is music festivals showing up on your computer?" It was in the search bar, just like this, on the Bing search bar. It said music festival or music festival, something like that. I had no idea. I had no clue why. Um, but then the next day, I was watching. I think I was in Chiang Mai, Thailand. I was watching actually Fox News over there, and they just mentioned something about the Bonnaroo Festival. 80,000 people um, are going to be there. Then it came to mind that I thought about something happened in the UK or somewhere in Europe where 80,000 people at a music festival were evacuated because of a terror threat. So I don't know why, it just came to me. Maybe it's a clue to something that's going to happen. That's what I thought. So I started just researching the Bonnaroo Music Festival where the 80,000 people are going to attend. I looked at who's headlining. So then I typed in U2 in the search, and it was crazy. The screen changed when I did that. And I thought maybe I clicked on something. Oh, I just clicked on something. And I went to Neil McCormick's Wikipedia page. I'm like, what's that? How did I get there? You know? So then I'm looking down here, and it says that he made the movie Killing Bono. Killing Bono? I just typed in YouTube. Maybe there's a link or something I typed. Then, without even touching the screen, it changed. The movie Killing Bono came up on the Wikipedia page. Then I was kind of getting freaked out. Like, then I knew somebody was doing something in my computer, and I'm like, okay, why are you telling me this? I typed that in the Google search bar. Then the screen changed again to this. A man holding a gun wearing the Killing Bono shirt. So I didn't know what to think. I'm thinking, okay, somebody's telling me that Bono's going to be killed or something at a music festival. So I didn't know. I didn't get anything else after that. I was just freaked out. Uh, I was supposed to leave the next day. I even canceled my flight because I just thought maybe something bad was going to happen to me on the plane. I didn't know. I was just I don't know. I was just really freaked out. Then I didn't realize until 3 months later, 3 months and 22 days after U2 played at the Bonnaroo Music Festival, that 322 connection, the Vegas shooting happened at the music festival. Then I just thought, I don't know, that was a clue. That was some who the heck is giving me a clue about this and why? And I don't know. It was really weird that this even happened. That wasn't the end of it though. I had another incident that happened to me, and it was when I was talking to my friend on Facebook. So I always talk to one of my particular friends. I always talk to with about the numbers and stuff, and I typed in the word days after, and it changed to this, and then I did it again, and it changed to this again. So all my words were in English, but only the words days after changed to this. I'm like, what? What's going on? That's really weird. So then I found out this is in Vietnamese. Um, so then I copied this and pasted it back to my friend, and the words changed to days after. I'm like, how is this happening? So then I did it again, and the words changed to days later. So I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go again. Somebody's in my computer. They're giving me a clue. Um, so then I just decided to Google days later. I'm like, what's going to come up if I type in days later on Google? The movie 28 Days Later. That was the first result in Google. So ever since then, I think, okay, maybe there's some kind of relationship to a virus or something. Then I wondered why was it in Vietnamese. Um, then when I saw this, the date it was released on 11/1, and it came to mind, the Vietnam War began on the same date. So maybe that was the clue. So ever since that happened, I didn't know what to make of it or how to code that when this, how it could be related to a future event um, concerning a virus until now. Until now, what's going on right now? So as I said, I talked about 218, which is 28 days later after the virus first arrived in the United States. So then I went back and looked on my messages because I didn't erase it. I still have my message. So it was on 10/29, 2017 was when that happened to me. So then I wanted to see to the first date of the virus in the United States. 322 connects you again. 2 years, 2 months, and 23 days. Now 28 days later is 2 years and 3 months and 20 days. So I'm just wondering, man, I think this is a big date concerning the virus. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe they'll just release, they'll say the numbers were being suppressed, there's so many more being infected, or maybe it's caught fire in the United States by then. That'll be a big announcement. And I also believe that it might crash Apple stock on this day as well, relating to the 218 inside the Apple. So nothing has happened to me on my computer, nothing, no kind of code since 2017. But why somebody would, how somebody with that knowledge of those two events, you know, we'll see what happens on this date first, but I don't know, just really weird. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I guess that's all I got for you guys. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.